Hello, guys, and welcome to the Oval Odyssey. Join us on our journey as we discuss rugby insights, rugby reviews from the last week, and what's about to come up this week, and we shall see.
Yeah.
So how this will all work is, I know we're kind of late on the podcast, but next week we'll probably start releasing Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll start recording this on a Monday and a Tuesday, and it will either be released on a Tuesday and a Wednesday, so it gives you guys a lot more time to think about it, a lot more time to listen and hear our lovely scrumptious voices. Ooh. Yeah, this is a project Riley and I have actually been thinking about for quite some time. We've actually thought about this idea long ago. Yeah, it was originally named Sports Weekly, and then we're like, no, we're going to change the name, and we came up with the Oval Odyssey. So I hope you guys enjoy the show, and
Yeah, but it's going to be fun. The podcast is going to be nice. It's going to be cool. It's going to be good to do. It's going to be really fun. It's something that we have been thinking about for a while. Something just to express our things, because we often sit in a Discord chat or a WhatsApp call or there's a normal phone call. No, but it's often times we find ourselves just chatting about it, and we thought that maybe we'd bring it to the world. Maybe share our insights, share our experience, share our chat, and bring it live.
Yeah.
That's why we're doing this.
Welcome to the Oval Odyssey.
So, Mr. Rogan, how was your weekend? What did you think of the rugby, my friend?
Pretty good. It's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
quite
Storm
interesting.
was getting a fabulous win against the Sail Sharks, 40-0. Unfortunately for the Bulls, Sharks, and Lions, they didn't get their wins on the weekend.
But it was good for the Cheetahs.
But-
The Cheetahs
but,
was very
uh,
happy
the-
about.
Yeah, no, the Cheetahs got their win against Zebra Palmer. Nice little rivalry there. But you know what's the theme with those three teams that I said? That you know what the theme is?
Which one's the?
Is that they were all French. They were all French. They were Toulouse, Castries, and who's the other one? The other one
Montpellier.
is Montpellier. Montpellier. Yeah.
Scum of the earth, the French.
No, we love you guys. We love you guys. You guys, very talented rugby player. Very talented rugby players, the French. They really outplayed the Sharks, Bulls, and Lions. They just showed that the French teams are world class, because most of the teams in France have mostly international players, and that's why they were so good. Such as we have our lovely
Lovely. I don't know how lovely that really is, but sure.
a lovely Anton Dupont, Litmac, and Ramos, right? The guys that really just showed their class on the field and just outplayed the Sharks. I mean, you could also debate that Toulouse had mostly French players, and they had two, one from England, Jack Willis, I think, and Scotland, Blair Kinghorn. The Sharks, though, they had their 7 Springboks. You know, they had their boys. They had the Hendrickson brothers. They had Makazola Mapimpi. They had Vincent Koch, Oxenche, and Bongi and Sia Kolisi. But
Yeah.
I guess it was
Even since last season, though, a lot of the South African sides just haven't been what they usually are. Debating whether they got Springbok players or not. It's not. My biggest argument in the world of rugby is not the fact that they've got international players that makes them so good. Before they were even international players, they were still playing on the side before they got the call up and stuff. It's not about the international player. It's about what the international coach can do with those players inside the international squad. That's why South Africa are number one in the world right now. But the difference is that coach Rassie does better than what the Sharks coach does in the way that obviously he knows how to play the character, how to play the players off the field, on the field, even better than the Sharks coach. The Sharks coach obviously doesn't have that type of experience that Rassie has, that mind, that game for the mind, and that's nothing wrong with him. It's just maybe the players in the field and the positions, and there's a lot of factors to take into consideration when you put those on the field. So you can't, just by saying that you've got 3 French guys or 10 French guys on a field doesn't from the French national team doesn't mean that it can be the best thing in the world. Obviously, that the French coach from Toulouse knows what he's doing and knows how to play the likes of Dupont or Ramos or whoever else, knows how to put them in that area of that space that does well. And what I've noticed about the French, especially this weekend, is that they, especially against the Lions game, especially in the Lions and Bulls game, and the Sharks game actually as well, the French have a very quick way of getting that ball up the field, and they capitalize on a lot of mistakes that the South African teams make. Like the one try in the Lions game where the ball got kicked over their head and the guy grabbed it and quickly ran through and scored a try. Just that those quick movements of the hands, the quick reading of the crowd, they're very good at that. Even in the international side, the French are really good at that, and that's what gives them that French flair, is that capitalization, that quickness in their space. Even just the passing, the handoffs, everything. They know what they're doing.
And the thing is, we got to give it props to our South African teams. I mean, it's the 3rd year now that we're in the Investec Cup and EPCR. The French teams have been in the Investec Cup for a very long time. Every European team has been in the Investec Cup, EPCR, Challenge Cup for a very long time. So we got to give it props to South African teams for trying to manage their players and trying to see where they can place them. I know it's very difficult. It's basically like football in the Premier League, where it's like you have all these tournaments. You have Premier League, you have FA Cup, you have Carabao Cup, you have Champions League, you have other teams playing in the lower divisions of the Champions League, and it can be very difficult when doing that. So you got to give it some props to Plumtree at the Sharks, head coach.
Another thing is that it's also difficult because you can't just put a team into a new league. The South Africans never play the French as far as as far as club rugby goes. We never play the French. We've played them a couple times in the past for different cups and stuff.
Yeah, we don't play them consistently, like in an actual league like the URC.
The only time we really get to play the French is internationally. And even then, we barely play them. We haven't played them for a while. Last time we played them was in the World Cup, and before that was quite a while ago. So the nice thing is that it's also good for our South African sides and for our international coach like Rassie and them to see how the players are playing on off the field in the French games and stuff, and it also helps them pick for international selections, and it also helps our clubs get into a better rhythm, build our South Africans up with more, because they're more exposed to different players, different styles. That's what I like about it.
We've got South African players all the way in Japan, England, basically around the world. In the France, definitely.
You're not that good, France. You're not that good.
But no, that's just how it is. Unfortunately, it's quite tough. It's quite tough for the enjoying your coffee.
Let's make it the hole.
Very nice.
I'm gonna eat you. I'm bigger than you. I'm higher in the food chain. Get in my belly.
In the hole.
But yeah, I want to touch back with the Stormers, right? Yes, it was a fantastic victory. There's actually not much to talk about besides JD Schickerling's 50th cap. Well done to him. Also scored the first try of the game. So props to him. Well done. Great game. He's actually been on fire over these last few games. He's been doing really well, especially when he played against the Lions. He was literally the man of the hour for them. Yeah, then we also have their 2 playmakers, Mani and Warwick Galant. Very good with the ball. They literally created the tries in the match against the Sale Sharks. Very good.
That's actually a good topic to touch on now that we're here. So Mani Lubbock, You know, everyone's favorite, South African's favorite player.
Oh, hell no!
The guy that gives us heart attacks and then all of a sudden kicks the ball, a no-look kick to Odyssey and scores an amazing try back in 2013. In 2023 Rugby World Cup.
I was going to say 2013 is crazy.
Against Scotland in the opening game.
Too much criticism. I feel like he gets too much criticism for the thing, because when he plays for the Stormers, he plays incredibly well. He kicks well. His playmaking is good. He plays incredibly well. I think it's that international pressure, and unfortunately, it's to be an international player. You can be the best club player in the world, but internationally, if you can't handle the pressure, you're not made for international rugby. I mean, on the field, when he's playing inside the field, he's a really good playmaker, regardless of that. But as far as kicking is concerned, he lets that pressure get to him, and that's where I think Sasha is much more suited for the number 10 role than the likes of Libok. And I feel like, actually though, if they played the likes of Marnie in number 10, but they made Sasha kick at number 15 or so, or they made it put him fullback or something, I think it would work nicely for the side. But I also think we got to give him props for the way he plays in the Stormers. I mean, this weekend he played really well. He scored a try, if I'm not mistaken, and he actually had a very, very good game playmaking, and his kicking was not bad at all. And yeah, so I feel like we got to give him some props.
Yeah, no, they really outcast the Sale Sharks. They just didn't have anything to offer. I mean, if you look at the statistics, it was quite even between each other. It looks like it was even, but if you actually watch the game, they would get close to the line, but they wouldn't execute. They'd always fumble, they always make mistakes, and that's why the Stormers won 40-0, because the Sale Sharks couldn't execute through their phases.
Coming back to the French teams, I feel like this weekend it was a good performance from. It just shows, with Montpellier, and especially Montpellier and Toulouse, it just shows why they're the best in their leagues at the moment. Why they're the top teams in their leagues, and why they play the play style, how well it is, and how well they're suited.
Someone enjoying the little Hoover blower outside.
Yeah, we've got people cutting the lawn.
Lekker.
Is it loud? Is it overbearing?
No. It's all good. So.
Oh, let me just. Shut up! That didn't work.
Let's touch with the Bulls now. Let's talk about the Bulls. Jake White sending out a very, very inexperienced young team to play against Castries. I watched that game, and my thoughts on that game was, the first half was very, very good. It was even. It was close. Yes, Castries were leading in the first half, 13-10.
This is a win-win-win scenario for everyone
Against the Bulls, but I thought it was quite a good game. It was quite a good game, and they held up quite strong until the second half, where they just got destroyed.
I'm in danger.
But yeah, no. I think Jake White, he has a plan. I guess the focus for most South African teams is the URC at the moment, because we're so used to playing one tournament and we're trying to adapt. But I think Jake White, he's on to something with getting players experience, and we need that, especially with the World Cup in 2027 coming up. We need players to show up, and we need Rassie to have a lot of options to, so there's a nice wide spectrum for him to pick from and all that.
Yeah.
And I think,
definitely,
the Bulls haven't been doing that great. They have lost their 3 games. I have an itchy eye, and it's very annoying.
I can see that.
But back onto the Bulls. They haven't been doing well as of recent, but I think there is a plan. He definitely knows what he's doing. He hasn't lost a plot or anything. Yeah, what do you think? What do you think of the Bulls?
The Bulls, they have a history of fumbling when they shouldn't be fumbling.
True, they shouldn't have lost against Glasgow Warriors at home.
UFC 2024 finals.
They shouldn't have fumbled. They should have won that. They
were. Yeah.
But
No. I think
again,
the Bulls are. The Bulls just have a. I don't think the Bulls. There's anything wrong with the team. They've got a really good team. They've got a really good build around the team. They're playing makers. The style. I feel like lineups is a big thing. They're choosing who to play with who and when to play who is a big thing. But I also think that it's the confidence level. They come out there so strong, but throughout the game it just goes downhill. And that's so evident because how many times in the URC last season did they skyrocketed up, and then all of a sudden the team they're playing against starts catching up to them again, and they'll win, but they win by instead of winning by 40 points, they're winning by 3 to 5 points. So I feel like they need to work on their mental more than they need to work on their play style and their fitness. I don't know if maybe it's a fitness thing where towards the end of the game they just get tired, but I feel like it's more of a mental thing, and they need to get that sorted, because I feel like if they can get that sorted, they can be a really strong team, and they won't fumble. But they don't need to fumble.
No, definitely. But it is quite tough, especially for the Lions when Riley and I are Lions supporters, but you know what? It is very tough. They've been on tour most of the time. They've only had one home game against Section Palus, which is another French team, but we did defeat them. So well done, boys. But let's touch that with the coaches, right? So we have Evan from our head coach.
That's a sexy man right there.
Jacques Fourie and Mornay Steyn. I'd say the pinnacle, or the star, not really the stars of the show. Evan van Rooyen. What a guy. Starts in the Golden Lions. Soon as, I don't know, what's its name? Swys de Bruin leaves the Lions, goes an assistant coach for Springboks, and then he starts leading the Lions. And it's a very tough job. Got new players. I think from the last 3 seasons of the URC, I see the Lions building up a lot, especially with the likes of Jacques Fourie and Mornay Steyn. Mornay Steyn focusing on the kicking as he's the kicking consultant, and Jacques Fourie as the defense coach. And I went to the Ulster game, and I went to the Edinburgh game with you, with my dad. And the Ulster game, it was 35-22. It was a good game. Very good start to the season. Then we faced Edinburgh, and we were thrashing. Like, we knew our flow. It was 46-0 in the first half. Obviously, then Edinburgh started to come back 22 points, but then we got 56.
I still got ghosts in this freaking study. This just turned on by itself, and now it's making noise again. Sorry, continue.
But, Lions I think they're building onto something. They've got St. Francis now, who's one of the new kickers. He just needs to fly in his flow. He's a young lad building up. Of course, everyone does. I mean, we have a strong Lions team. We really do. It's just we need to find that flow again. I think we lost it when we faced Leinster and we were on tour. The closest game was against Munster, and I think that's a bit disheartening and demotivating for the Lions, because they came up close against 2 of the top Irish teams, Leinster and Munster. I think
you also got to give credit where credit's due. As far as the Lions, to me, they show up when they need to show up. When the people expect them least to show up, they actually show up.
You should expect the unexpected at any time.
It's those games that are supposedly easy, supposedly less challenging, supposedly a walk in the park. Those are the ones that the Lions also need to focus on. I think it's maybe a mental thing. They're going there too confident, not too sure. But I feel like it's good to see. It's a new team. It's a very new team. That's obviously not. It's like a 3-year-old new team. I mean, but it's good in the fact that the Lions, this squad has been, I've seen the most improvement out of this squad than any other squad, because you get like an Irish team like Leinster who continuously putting old good players in,
especially with the likes of Jacques and Ninaber.
I mean, but not even that. I feel like, because you look at some of the Lions have come off, there's barely any, only now recently were the international players that got taken out of the Lions. The Lions had they were a new side. They were just taken out of school, maybe out of club, they maybe off the streets, out of university. But it's a very new club that came through. Whereas like the Bulls, the Sharks, the Stormers, they always had South African players in their teams that helped them build up that the new players could learn from or could build up. Lions completely new, and I've seen the most improvement out of any team. Same with the Irish teams, the likes of Connacht, Munster, Ulster, Leinster. They always had international players, whether it was South African international players or whether it was Irish international players or Scottish or wherever they came from. They were always there to support. And now freaking New Zealanders are coming in to come and play for the Irish teams as well, because they're paying good money there. And
I think it's Geordie Barrett, one of the Barrett brothers. Yeah, Geordie Barrett.
He's come in, and it just shows that when your team, the teams that are continuously strong are the teams that have that international blood in them, that have the different players. And it's also really good when you have a mixture of teams. South Africa is one of the only teams that I know, only the country that I know where we
don't have much international players. I think in the past we had one Argentinian in the Sharks. Like, this was quite long ago.
Yeah,
it was a while ago.
We breed our own, even our South African team alone is just South African.
I think the Sharks also have one international, Dylan Richardson, who plays for Scotland, and that's the only international. Otherwise, I don't. Everything is very local. If you get what I mean.
It is.
Everything is all
we breed our own players, which is good. You look at the likes of your Irish national team. The Scottish is a big one. There's South Africans in the Scottish team. By the likes of wait a minute.
Duan van
der Merwe. Yeah. And but regardless, there's every single team. I think New Zealand's the only other team, but they don't use New Zealanders. They use locals as well around the different islands, where they get their players as well. It's also that's what I like to. So I like South Africa because we breed our own players, we breed our own blood, and we still do really well in doing that. And I feel like, but what I'm saying with the local, with like the club rugby, it's good to see. It's good to see the Lions coming back out of their shell from not having any blood to help them. They're doing it all on their own, is what I like to see from the Lions. They're putting all that effort and stuff, and with the new coaches and the new way of going through things, I think it's going really well. I think there's a lot of improvement still to be done, but there's a lot of potential, and a lot of credit can be given to them for it.
No, definitely. The Lions, they just need to do well this weekend. They just need to get points on the board, and they could possibly make their way through to qualify for the knockout rounds. But for me, the talk of the weekend is the Cheetahs. Lots happening at the Cheetahs. They get their victory against Zebra Palmer. Fought until the end. Brilliant win for the Sharks. Cheetahs. But
it will be showing the youngsters how it's done.
Exactly. But let's take a moment to talk about Mr. Frans Steyn, legendary, one of the greatest Springboks.
That is a sexy man.
One of the greatest Springboks to have played in the setup. Is now the director of rugby for the Cheetahs. And he was saying, I saw an article.
The Toyota teachers. The Toyota Cheetahs.
They're teaching now. Oh, yeah, they're teaching the youngsters. Yeah, there we go. But the talk of the hour is that they actually want to try and get the Cheetahs to start playing proper rugby again. So like how the URC is, they want to go back to Super Rugby. Right? But then I had a theory. So there's the Griquas, the Pumas, and the Griffins, right? That they could then start this.
Yes! No! Oh, damn!
Whoa! Whoa! Yeah, that is a big ask.
That is a very big statement. That is a very, very big statement. It's very unlikely that will ever happen. But imagine that. Imagine the teams divide again. Like, remember when the Cheetahs and EP Kings couldn't play anymore because they got kicked out and they went to go play in the, as we know it, the URC. But with the French teams and all that, right? In the top 40. Imagine that scenario again. But for teams like the Griquas, Griffins, and Pumas, I mean, I think for me, yes, it would be very good. Let's look at it from a positive standpoint. Yes, it would be very good for those three teams, especially the Cheetahs, to get fans back, to get growth back, to start earning money again and start playing again and getting better. And also helps with South African rugby and get more players in the Springbok setup. I also came up with another theory that we could create a promotional thing, like you know how the Premier League have their Premier League, and then you have the Championship League and all that. I was thinking like that, where the Curry Cup can be a promotional thing. So if the Lions are doing shit or the Bulls are not doing great, then one of them go down and then one of those teams go up to the URC and they play. Also, don't need to change the trophy. Keep the same format, just a different team and a different place to play. I guess it doesn't really work at the same time because, I mean, it could.
Yeah,
If England had to join, remember, if England had to join, there was also a theory that England would join and want to kick us and Italy out, which is a bit selfish, I must say so myself.
What a bunch of bastards.
But he's going to say a naughty word. But yeah, that's also unlikely to happen. I think the URC
Your people, Matthew.
Yeah, I'm in the UK now, but I think, you know what? I think it's fine how it is. Right. It's fine how it is. I just think the Griquas, Griffins, and Pumas need a bit more exposure to it.
Well, no, definitely. But also, it's also difficult to say, because you can't just make it like a ranking system like Premier League and stuff. The only problem is with that is that it's the URC that gets to decide. South Africa's sending through this and that, so they'd have to change the whole system. I like the Curry Cup, but just also we can talk about this as well. I mean, the Cheetahs in the last Curry Cup they didn't play bad at all. They really didn't play bad at all. They were a strong team. They obviously weren't strong enough, but it just shows that there is still a spark in there. I think if Franz Steyn and the head coaches and all the coaches at the Cheetahs bring in, they need new blood, proper new blood in their team. Because if you look at the Cheetahs team, a lot of them are old toppies. They have jobs. They work as car mechanics and they work as they need to bring new, fresh school blood, like that passion blood. And I mean,
but
it's difficult because
it is tough. Yes, it is tough to do that, especially with the Cheetahs aren't earning a constant income like the other
and that's
teams
the problem.
are.
When they do bring in new blood, that is where the biggest problem is. When they do bring in new blood, because they don't have enough money to support it, the Lions, the Bulls, the Sharks, the Stormers, they all snatch those players from the Cheetahs. The Cheetahs can get in one of the best players in the world in their team, but they get snatched up so quickly because they get offered something better by the likes of the Cheetahs, the Bulls, the Lions, the Sharks, all those. And that's where
No, definitely. But yeah, it's all just a theory. It's all just there, but probably won't happen. All that.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's move on to this weekend. Let's see what's going to happen in the Champions Cup this weekend. So we have
fancy.
So we have Ulster, Exeter. Pronunciation is not my best suit, my friends. I am so sorry.
Because you want to problem.
No. Who says I'm a pommy? I still have my South African passport and I've got my SA ID. Thank you very much. So
that's such a touchy subject for you. I love it.
Yeah, you little bastard, eh? But listen, yeah, you can't wait until I show you how I braai. Can't wait to show you how I braai. It's so lekker.
Hey, you start braaiing now. Really braai on the gas stove outside.
Oh, I braai a proper braai. Get that charcoal, or no, just wood, even wood.
I was about to say, come on, Matthew, charcoal. Come on, Matthew.
Charcoal is a little bit. If you want a cheap one, you get some proper wood, and you have a lekker braai. But let's move on to the investing. So we have Bordeaux Sharks. Interesting game. Sharks must win for qualifying to stay alive for them.
It's a tough game. It's not an easy game.
No, it is a very tough game, especially away. In France.
And Bordeaux's not a bad team at all.
They're not a bad team. They haven't lost the game yet. 15 points in. You got Leicester Tigers, 11 points against Toulouse. I think Toulouse will win that game. They've definitely got the skills for that. But you also got to remember...
Leicester Tigers are not bad.
You also got to remember who's in the Leicester Tigers. Ice Cold Man. The Iceman. Andre Pollard. Andre Pollard.
Damn, I'm good! Can you feel that?
Leicester Tigers are not bad at all, but also I think
it will actually be a very good game. It will be a very, very good game, I think.
It'll be an interesting game to watch. I still think Toulouse is going to win, but I think it'll be an interesting game to watch because Toulouse also, they're just on the next level of club rugby.
Yeah, no. And then we have Pool 2. We got ASM Clermont against Bristol Bears. I think it will be another good game. Excuse the play 2, it's actually play 3, but they've played 3. I think it will be another good game. This is an average game. Let's go to the important ones. Let's go to the Bulls. The Bulls this week. If they win by 22 points, they can qualify for the EPCR Challenge Cup knockout. It's kind of funny how that works, eh? Like, you then lose.
This is a weird system.
And then you lose your pool, you come first, and then you can still play in the EPCR. It's a weird concept. I mean, it still keeps the teams up alive, but I think it's a fun little concept.
Yeah.
You got Northampton Saints against Munster. That's a good game. That's also quite a good game. Racing 92 against Stormers. Must win again. Must win for the Sharks.
Racing 92.
Yeah, that's how you say it. Racing. Yeah, Racing.
No, I've never said it like that in my life. That looks like Racing 92.
No, you don't say Racing. You say Racing.
But RAC.
Ask the French. Listen, people. We're gonna have a debate already now. Is it Racing 92 or Racing? Please say in the comments.
When I got something for you.
Say in the comments. You see, he's already typing now. He's really trying to figure out if it's right.
Wait. Brother? Switch.
Am I
Stop
right?
sharing the screen quickly. Wait, no, stop sharing the screen quickly.
No, but let's get over with this. So, Racing 92 against Stormers. Stormers and Sharks must win to stay within the knockouts for the Investec Cup, Champions Cup, and I think it will be better if they do. Just so we can have some South African teams in there. Bulls, just to redeem respect from the fans and all that. And if they do win, it will be great for them to be in the EPCR Challenge Cup knockouts. So, but yeah, it's the Investec Champions Cup.
Yes.
Now, Mr. Rogan here, he wants to show and see if that is the correct.
So if you're a proper person, right? Wait. Why is it... Wait. Relax. It's waiting. There's one. Look.
I can't hear Nux.
You can't hear... I think it's because I'm straight. Wait.
He's trying to prove me wrong, but he can't even put the volume up.
What? Okay. It says Racing 92, but.
But is that the team's name? No, the team's name is Racing. It's not Course 92.
Look, because if you say it in French, it does say that. It says, what is that? Racing.
No. You're very wrong, my friend. You're very wrong. But anyways, come, let's go into the next one. Stop sharing.
Yes.
let's go into the next one. We got EPCR now. This weekend, we've got the Lions against the Dragons this weekend. Must win for them to stay within contention. I think they can do it. Especially, they're playing at home now. High altitude is a factor. Home ground advantage. And hopefully people come and back the boys. Back the Lions this weekend. Dragons, they've been doing... I've seen them do a lot better than in recent seasons, and especially this one. So it's going to be an interesting game. Interesting game of where both teams are at now. Cheetahs against Leon. It's going to be a tough one for the Cheetahs, I must say. I don't think they'll win it, but I would love it if they did. I would love it if they did win it.
The Cheetahs are not bad, but I don't know if they'll take it home with this one. If they do, I mean, they surprise me again. But
I know, definitely. Then you got Montpellier against Falcons. Obviously, you know who's gonna win there. It's no surprise. But Connacht have been looking for quite good. They're gonna face Cardiff this weekend as well. You actually gotta, you know, I only discovered this season with the EPCR, is that there's a Georgian team, the Black Lion, who's now gonna face Edinburgh, and they've gotten a win. Hey, they've gotten a win. They've got 4 points on the board. You know, things could happen. It's a very close pool. Pool 3. Pool 3 is a very close pool. Everyone's got points. It's anyone's game. But at the same time, I know Edinburgh will pull through. They have the likes of Duan van der Merwe. They have Skuman. You know, they have all those top quality players.
You named 2 South Africans in that. You named 2 South Africans.
Yeah.
The world is ours.
Who's the Scottish? Oh no, I can't say because he's also a New Zealander. But anyways, New Zealander plays for Scotland. But anyways, no, but it all serious. Hey, no, it's not Richie. I don't know his name, but I think Edinburgh will pull through. I think they'll win and they'll get the points and they'll go through quite easily. Otherwise, that is your review for the weekend.
Oh. Weekend review.
I think,
Q sound
I think it's going to be quite a good weekend. I can't wait until the URC starts. We've also got 6 Nations quite soon. End of the month.
End of the month.
End of the month. Got
New Zealand.
He clearly knows that New Zealand aren't in the 6 Nations. But
no, exactly. I'm just taking the pass.
But yeah, we got URC back. I think next week. Yeah. So we have some of that action. Let's hope it's a good weekend for all South African sides, and let's hope they all get a win.
But I wonder what's going to happen with URC now. Now that 6 Nations are starting, because the likes of Leinster, Edinburgh, all those sides are now going.
All those sides are going to lose all their main international players, so it will be a little bit easier for the Springboks. For the South African sides. For the South African sides.
Yeah.
For the South African sides to get some easy points. I wouldn't say easy points, but like
it'll be easier games.
Easy.
It'll be more fair.
A little bit easier for them, I'd say. But yeah, no, we're gonna have a good week. Yania. But also remember, it's Puzo weekend, ladies and gentlemen. So enjoy your Puzo weekend. This is Riley and I signing off on the Oval Odyssey.
It's Thursday, yeah. Puzo weekend starts now.
It's almost Puzo weekend, yeah, there we go. Thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you on the next episode next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.